My name is comedian Owens.
All right, well, welcome to my channel. Like I said, this is a no judgment zone. We just like to kind of chat about different things. So are you single or are you married?
I am single.
Okay, do you have any children?
I have 3 adult children.
Do you have any grandkids?
One by marriage.
Okay, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you've been married before?
I've been married before and divorced, and I'm looking to be married again, but to the who God sends me.
Okay. So who did God send you the first time? You don't have to say the name. How did it go?
It was I felt like I made a decision to get married because when you think you're in love, I think I loved the person, but we didn't have the same agenda, and so it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. So, but I don't think God sent him to me. I think we just happened to meet.
Yeah, sometimes you can meet somebody and not be equally yoked. You think you are. And sometimes you can meet somebody and you trauma bond. Both of you been through something and you get together over, whatever. And people marry. People marry for different reasons.
Right. I would say, I guess.
And when did you start wanting to? When did you know that you wanted to become a comedian?
Okay, all right. So I was gonna say, starting back when I was a kid, and they always asked the kid what they wanted to be when they grow up. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. All this stuff. I can't quite remember what I said, but I'm sure I'm not that now. But when I got a little older, I wanted to be a rapper or a singer. Okay. So I was doing that, getting different talent shows. It seemed like it was dead ends and stuff, whatever. And then I ended up, I was at the church I was attending or belonged to. They asked me to help the children with gospel rap, but this is after I had stopped pursuing trying to sing. And so I was like, me, and all I could think about was this other girl over there does gospel rap. She does it now. Why not get her to do it? Which I'm glad I did not give up that opportunity because I got with the kids and we got a little song together and stuff. Everything was good till we went out to another church and we came. So I would say, I guess.
And when did you start wanting to? When did you know that you wanted to become a comedian?
Okay, all right. So I was gonna say, starting back when I was a kid, and they always asked the kid what they wanted to be when they grow up. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. All this stuff. I can't quite remember what I said, but I'm sure I'm not that now. But when I got a little older, I wanted to be a rapper or a singer. Okay. So I was doing that, getting different talent shows. It seemed like it was dead ends and stuff, whatever. And then I ended up, I was at the church I was attending or belonged to. They asked me to help the children with gospel rap, but this is after I had stopped pursuing trying to sing. And so I was like, me, and all I could think about was this other girl over there does gospel rap. She does it now. Why not get her to do it? Which I'm glad I did not give up that opportunity because I got with the kids and we got a little song together and stuff. Everything was good till we went out to another church. And anyway, so I'm glad I did take the opportunity and work with the kids. But once we went to another church, they froze up. And so I had to actually finish it. They wouldn't say they part. And so I was like, I had to finish it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to still work with the kids, but I'm going to do something where if they freeze up, I can still keep it going. So that's when I created, God gave me the character Ginger. Right? So I got Ginger. And so interact with the kids with different stuff. The more I did Ginger, adults became my audience more than kids. And so I had to change up a little bit, because I was tacky back then. So I changed it up. And so I didn't realize I was doing comedy, making them laugh. I didn't realize it, And so another comedian, Jay Durrell, White, asked me to do it. He said, do your little skit for my daddy for his birthday. And I was like, I can't do that. I ain't got my suit. Like, come on. So he kept on. I said, okay. So I did it. And so that was my first time doing it as myself versus a character. And I just kept doing it. I just kept doing it as myself, and I do both now. And so then I got into, I think my first, I started doing, I got with a production doing a stage play. I auditioned for one stage play, didn't get that, and then I got this other production. Once I got with them, the one I auditioned for called me back, but it was too late in a way because I was with the others. And so, and then I didn't realize it, but years before that, I actually, I think it was after I got Ginger. I did a stage, or I did a play for church. It was called Get on the Bus, which I found out now there's a lady that has a play called Get on the Bus. And so I think she had her own. You know what I'm saying? Some people, somebody took my idea, but just like if I ate a fried bologna sandwich, you put slits in it when we were little, and you tell the same story, it don't mean we took it.
Yeah, what's old is new.
Right,
you just reinventing the wheel.
And so I was getting on the bus, and it was basically in the church, and I got pictures that come up on Facebook now, but I don't know when hers is totally different. It's just got the same name. I desire to do a stage play myself one day, but I want to learn. There's a whole lot to learn. Working with different people and learn how they do stuff, and it teaches you what not to do and what to do. And so I was a couple of stage plays, then I was an extra in a couple of movies, and then now I got a couple coming up now. But different stuff like that. I like doing it. I love doing it. People say you find your calling when you can do something, and whether you got paid or not, you want to get paid. And so so now work jobs, and the jobs don't work out, and I take it as whether I quit them or whether they let me go. I take it as a stepping stone to get me further to where I'm going, because I'm not going to be able to work in a full-time job and do what I'm doing. But I do have to survive. So, but that's how I got into it. So, been over 17 years now. And so I got something I'm going to start doing. I've recorded 2 of them so far. I'm start putting on social media to see how that works for me. But I think it's going to generate me some income too, and I'll tell you about that later. But so that's how I got into that. So
yeah, well, I'll tell you. And I don't think I'm biased, but comedy is your lane.
Okay.
It is, and you're funny.
Thank you.
So she's perfecting her craft, but just a lot of people don't do it. And people think you can just jump right in.
Yeah, it looks easy to people. First of all, you got to be able to stand in front of, have stage fright. You can do it all day long with the cookout and everywhere else when you get in front of all them people, and you got people sitting there looking at you like, whatever. And then after the show, girl, you was funny. It's like, wait, make your mind up. Because you give them the energy of you ain't funny, but then when you get off stage, it's a whole nother story. So, and I've seen people that sit and look.
Because we tend to be harder on our peers. And yeah, we do. We tend to be harder.
Like, what? But, so I guess they don't know what to expect, but I try to zone out. Look, it's good that you can't see the audience sometimes. I went to a Rainbow Tea in another place, and they was like, I was there, you didn't see me? I was like, I hate to say, I was like, no, because I didn't.
See, that was us. We were on like the second row.
Yeah, and I didn't see you.
Didn't see.
Yeah, or if I'm in the room walking around, it's like, you walk right by me. I zone myself out, because I have to. The person's expression on their face will make you feel like, that's
it's good you can't see.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's true. Well, you don't have stage fright.
No, I don't think I do.
Anymore.
I don't think I do.
You don't, but everybody's really not built for it. But I think that I love it. That craft and an art. Because there's so many talented people, even here in this little county, in little North Carolina. There's so many talented people who talk themselves out of doing stuff. Yeah. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know. This is not the place where you could do that, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, where do you think a lot of these talented people who have made it? Where do you think they started?
Yeah. Yep.
They started in the same way you did. And they started here, and we had talent coming out of Johnson County, Wake County, all areas of North Carolina. Look at Tabitha Brown.
Yeah, I just met a guy from Wilson the other night. They call him Jeff the Crab Man, and I'm like, because he has a crab truck, a seafood truck and a restaurant, and he sings. He has a trail ride song called "Do You Feel Me?"
Oh,
he
really?
sings, yeah, and I'm like, what? And it's another song. I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like, what? Yeah, so
see?
yeah. But sometimes people let other people's opinion, oh, you okay, you ain't that funny. Or I was told that everybody's audience is not your audience. So I could perform in front of you and you'd be like, you was all right. I go somewhere else and they're like, oh, you killed it. So it depends on, I've been performed and it was a different crowd, but they were laughing at stuff that I was just talking about what it took for me to get there. It was all, and I was like, what? Y'all drunk? But they just thought it was funny. So I'm like, okay. But, so.
Yeah, just conversation, some people can talk and they're just funny. Like, you can look at Cat Williams and, he could just probably just start talking. And you're just laughing because you're probably expecting him to say something funny anyway. But in the way he says it is in a comical way. Yeah. So, you talked about, being extra in some movies. Which movies were you an extra in?
So the first one was, I will say this. The first one I had the opportunity to be in, it was called Hurt People. And I might be thinking too hard, too many names run through my mind. The guy that actually offered me that. But it was, I would have been a counselor in that movie, and it was going to be filmed on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have church people.
Mm-hmm.
You have people dedicated to church, dedicated to God. And then you have people that are holier than thou and feel like, oh, I got to, So I don't know where I was at that time, but I told them I couldn't do it because I had to go to church Sunday. Going every Sunday now.
Mm-hmm.
I could have missed one Sunday, right? So, but when I approached my pastor and told him that the situation, he was like, I could have saw you the next Sunday. So I'm thinking to myself, what? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to remember that. So, yeah, I'm going to remember that. So I just felt like I had to be there, And so I didn't get in that one, but the one I was actually in was Jada Rail again. It was called Blue Crossings.
Mm-hmm.
When you see it, I think it was on Netflix and something else.
I feel like I remember
it's like a hand holding up a bloody badge. It's like a police badge. And it was a real good movie. And so I was an extra in that. And what it was, someone got killed. I think it was a senator or somebody was coming to town, him and his wife, and the police didn't know who he was. They stopped him. They ended up killing him. Right? They found later who he was. Well, the bystanders that saw it were like fussing and cussing at the police or whatever. And so I was one of those people, but in my brain the whole time, I'm like, Lord, please don't let me say, because I don't curse. Don't let me say a curse word. So and they're just saying stuff, and I'm on both everybody else at the same time. So, and in my mind, I'm trying to say stuff like, y'all knew that was wrong, And so, but anyway, it's like a few seconds of fame just paying by. I got big afro and a little flag, whatever. And so that one, and then there's one, the Michael Ray Anderson story. So I was in the courtroom scenes. I had extra clothes so I could be there for the next day and stuff. But whoever it was, whatever side they was on me, kept looking in the camera. You're not supposed to do that. They look, if the camera's there, you can
right.
And so they had to cut it out. But I am at the end. With him in the picture and stuff, I was like, man. So there's Yass, YASSS. That's by Ty Banks. He got a lot of great movies. He got one called The Devil Is a Lie. I think people should really see that. It is really, really good.
Okay.
Really good. Really, really good. And so, but I'm in Yas, and I'm basically they say I'm snitching, but I'm telling my cousin that her man is at the hotel with another woman. Right. So when it first comes on, and then I had this is before I had shaved my head. I had alopecia, and so I had a wig on, and so the wig, you can see my little BDBs or my little kitchen, whatever you want to call it, hanging out. And so I had the wig pulled back on one phone talking, and so somebody watched it and they was like, you should have shaved your little edge or whatever. And in my mind, I wanted to say, well, where's your movie with your edges?
Thank you.
Right? Because you don't know if that was part of the movie or not, but I didn't take it out. So okay, because it could have been part of the movie, but it wasn't. That one, and let's see. Then there's one that's not out yet. It's called Joy. I think it's Joy Comes in the Morning, something like that.
Okay.
It's about a person named Joy. That was filmed at our church, part of it, the praise and worship scene and the wedding scene. And so I know some of the stuff they got posted on Facebook, I see some of it, but somebody had a real big hat, like a cat in the hat, and it blocks me. You can't. I'm there, but you don't. Yeah. So there's other parts. Yeah. Then. But yeah. Then there's
That's probably well, you've kind of your resume is starting to grow.
The